see what he's doing, right? With that right hand. So you see it coming, you gotta get your right hand first. Angle. Use that jab more now. Let's go. Stop waiting. See that? Again. 2, 3. He right.
After you slip inside jab, stop touching. Make your head small, throw your jab, look at that. Look how I slip. Look, throw it. Throw it. Boom, right in between it. Look, right go. Head or body, go. Slip it. Boom, like this, bring your hands, throw it. Boom. And get to your right after that. Get to your right. Stay in his face, Richardson. Stay in his face.
Use your jab to
Stay in
do
his
that.
face.
Use your jab.
Get closer to him.
Use your jab too, Jerry. Don't let him just touch.
There you go. Don't stop doing that.
Don't back away.
All right, Saquon Jones with the Boxing Voice. I'm here with world champion Richardson Hitchins.
Soon to be world champion.
All right. Well, you got some belts. You got the WBO North Atlantic. You got the silver, WBA.
IBF,
Yeah, IBF. So those are champs. They not there yet, but let's be positive for this right now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Hitch. I'm Saquon Jones. I don't know if you remember this interview from back in July 2022. I'm gonna show you what you said, right?
Just a lot of competition. Even Zepeda, I think that me and Zepeda would be a great fight. But I feel like a guy like me, I would whitewash Zepeda easy. Like it wouldn't even be like his best chance is laying a punch. And I'm not a guy that I never been down in my career. I don't want to say never, but I gotta
say never in this business, baby.
I'm just saying I got a chin. I could take it just as much as I could dish it. So
I got you.
I feel like a fight like me and Zepeda, he will have very little chance to compete with me. His best chance is laying a punch, and I'm not a guy that I never been down in my career. Yeah, that's crazy. That's like probably like a year or two before me and Zepeda fought.
Yeah. So how's it feel to be 2 years ago almost, well, a year and a half ago, to be calling him out, winning that fight, and then do everything you said that you was going to do in that interview?
I feel like a lot of people don't listen to me when I talk about like boxing or when I predict stuff. Like I'm like a real student of the game and I dissect it. When I told people 2 years ago that me and Zepeda wouldn't be a close fight, I meant that. I just knew I was on a whole different level. A lot of people was excited about the fight before it happened. They thought it was gonna be a close fight. Oh, it was a big step up. But I already told him I already be a world champion in Argenis Mendez. So I feel like it was a step down if you really look at it. But I still didn't want to speak too soon. But when I got in there, everything that I said, I spoke into existence.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's why I said when you say world champion, I don't want you to say it just because they secondary belts, because you predicted that you was going to do what you did to Zepeda a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I said I was on a world level.
Yeah. So I want to talk about two knockouts that affected you, both in different ways. One with money, and one with your relationship. So Chris Colbert got knocked out. That's your man. Y'all grew up together. But Montana Love got knocked out too. And from a boxing standpoint, a boxing fan standpoint, there was a lot of money on the line with that Montana Love. There was real heat. Which knockout do you think made you upset the most, the Colbert one or the Love one?
I mean, me and Colbert definitely grew up. We from the same place. We grew up as kids. So I mean, it was fucked up to see that. I really wanted him to win. I bet a lot of money on him that night because I felt like he won the first fight, and I thought he was gonna get it done again. But just to see him go out like that, it was kind of like fucked up. Like damn, like boxing's not a game. And I felt with his fight, I felt like he dared to be great. I felt like he went up against a big puncher in another weight class. That kid was way bigger than him. Like B-Hop is naturally like a skinny, small person. He blows up because he like whatever he does outside of the gym that he blows up. So he probably got trouble making 130, but I know naturally he's really a small person. So I feel like I really don't give his opponent too much credit on knocking B-Hop out because B-Hop is naturally a smaller guy, but the guys still got it done where they couldn't take it away from him this time because the first time he felt like they took it away from him.
Yo, so I've watched your interviews. You've always been a student in the game. When I fought as a southpaw. So I want to kind of ask you a question. 2023 was the year every southpaw lost.
Yeah.
Except for Javante and Usyk.
And Shakur.
Oh, Shakur, yeah. Those are the only three. Every other big southpaw, but I think Usyk might have, got away with one.
Yeah.
But we'll just say Shakur and Javante, the only two southpaws who won in 2023. Like, have y'all Orthodox fighters figured out the southpaw stance, or is it just?
Nah, I don't know. I don't feel like I feel like it's just special guys. Certain guys are special, certain guys is not. No matter what stance you in. So it is what it is. I didn't even look at it that way, but yeah. Yeah.
So from like Errol to Boo Boo to everybody, every southpaw lost every big fight. So we got some fan questions from you from the Boxing Voice. I want to give you a chance to answer what the fans are asking you about, right? So one fan says, out of the 4 champions, who you want first? Like, how do you think you line up against Haney? How do you line against Rolly? How do you line against Mattel? How do you line against Tio?
I will fight any one of them guys. Like I said before. Besides fighting for the IBF with Subriel Matias, I feel like Subriel Matias is a tough test for any fighter. If it was another champion that wasn't as a force to be reckoned with like Subriel Matias, I probably would have took a risk and fight for the IBF. But because I know the chances entering that ring, I would want to be at my best. So I feel like besides him, if I got the first opportunity I get at any other belt, it'll be a great fight. I feel like Devin Haney is another force to be reckoned with, but I feel like me and him will be a highly skilled fight, and I feel like I'll come out on top in that fight.
You've been calling Tio out for a bit.
I feel like me and Teofimo, I'm ranked highest in his organization, so I feel like it will only be right for him to give me the first shot at his belt. But like I said, I still feel like I'll beat Teofimo easy.
Like Zepeda easy or like?
Nah, I don't think it would be Zepeda easy. I think it would be. I think Teofimo got a lot more firepower coming at me, so I have to be a little bit more smart and more strategic on how I beat him. But I feel like I'll still dominate.
Well, I'm gonna go back. Like, so the Montana Love got knocked out. Does that if there was money in that fight? There was real heat. There was money. Did you get a little kind of upset about that knockout? Because he was. You might have looked at him as easy fool.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I feel like when the fight was happening this summer, it was going to be a fight to propel my career to the next level.
Because I think the press conferences would have been crazy.
Yeah, I think the whole build-up, the fight would have been crazy.
It would have been Cleveland versus New York.
Yeah, it would have been a real big deal for my career. But like I said, I told everybody, Montana was the truth. We would meet up. And if his first loss was a fluke, it would show. But it wasn't a fluke. And he got knocked out by Liam Parrow. So I think it's only right now that me and Liam Parrow match up and go against each other and give the fans an exciting fight. I feel like that's another great fight for my career to show where I'm at and to prove that I'm one of the best 140 pounders in the world.
Well, they saying him or Jack Cantrell?
Yeah, Jack Catterall.
Jack Catterall. I'm sorry. Yep. Who would you like? Who would you like to fight
next?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Whatever guy want to get in the ring and fight. They're trying to make me a Jack Catterall. I think an IBF eliminator. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Whatever my team want to do. Liam Parrow, if he want to take the fight, if we can fight to get a position, maybe for the WBO or the WBA, want to give us an opportunity to get high up in the rankings, it'll be another great fight. But those are fights that we're both on the same side, and those are fights that's most likely to happen.
You transitioned from PBC to now Matchroom.
Yeah.
Are there any differences in how you feel like you've been handling it?
I just feel like it's more structure with Eddie Hearn as far as my career than being with Floyd Mayweather. I feel like I've been more active and my career blossomed like how I felt it should have been blossomed years ago. But it is what it is. Better late than never.
Yeah. I mean, if you would stay with PBC, obviously they would have had Gary Antoine Russell for you. They would have had a couple nice 140 pounders.
I feel like there's not too many 140s over there, to be honest.
Gary Antoine Russell is...
Yeah, but that's not a guy with a belt besides Matchroom don't really have no guy with a belt. They have Regis. I don't know what's going on with Devin, but I felt like if Devin didn't get the Regis fight, I feel like I would have been lined up to fight Regis next. But it is what it is.
All right, so we got an old school question from the fans, right? One fan asked you, Wilfred Benitez, he fought at 17, became champion. Do you see anything that you can take from his skills?
Yeah, Wilfred Benitez was real awkward, elusive, great radar. I always watch him from now and then. His movement was crazy. His movement was subtle and very elusive. So I felt like he was special as far as that department. He was a great awareness fighter. Good, he'll come back quick. So he was good.
All right, and last question. From the outside looking in, how does a professional athlete find love with Valentine's Day coming up? Like, how do you work? How do you get to the personal life being a professional athlete?
I mean, I just gotta stay focused. I won't be doing nothing on Valentine's Day. I'll be probably in the gym working, just another regular day.
Nah, no shorties that you going like, bring some chocolates to? Like,
I mean, maybe.
All right, we'll leave it at that, man. Yo, give me your socials before we get out of here.
Follow me on Instagram at Richardson Hitchins. Follow me on Twitter at He is Richardson. The best 140 pounder in the world. The best in boxing. And
Wait, before you do, who's ducking you? Who you think is ducking you?
Man, I don't think nobody's ducking me. Let's make it happen. If all the guys want to go out there and fight and prove that, if all my talk, if I'm just a guy that just talk and don't back it up, let's get in the ring. Let's prove it. I feel like I'm one of the best fighters in the world, and time will show.
All right, thanks so much, Rich. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
There you go.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.